Who doesn't enjoy a surprising twist? Today we bring you 3 tales of individuals who vanished, only to be discovered in the most astonishing manners. You'll definitely want to stay tuned to find out how these narratives conclude. If you're new to our channel, we try to release daily videos on the paranormal, the strange, and the mysterious. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss when we release a video. Also, a special thanks to everyone. We just hit the 500 subscriber mark and the channel has been experiencing significant growth lately. We're eagerly aiming for the 1,000 subscriber milestone. So if you haven't joined our community yet, we'd appreciate it if you consider subscribing. Now, let's begin. Story 1: The Surprise in the Pit. In the heart of a picturesque mountain range where the air is fresh and the snow glistens under the cheerful sun, a group of friends embarked on a much-anticipated ski trip. Alex, an avid skier with a zest for adventure, led the group, his laughter mingling with the crisp mountain air as they navigated the inviting slopes. The terrain they had chosen was a stunning blend of beauty and challenge, with slopes that offered both thrill and enjoyment. The mountains were adorned with sparkling snow, and the trails wound through scenic landscapes, revealing breathtaking views at every turn. However, beneath the allure of the winter wonderland, the mountain held hidden dangers. As they set out on their adventure, the group had heard light-hearted warnings from the locals about the mountain's hidden challenges. Stories of skiers who had gone missing in previous years were shared with a mix of humor and caution. Alex and his friends, however, were in high spirits. Equipped with top-notch gear and a sense of camaraderie, they brushed off the tales as part of the mountain's charm. The excitement of exploring the slopes and the joy of shared laughter were far more captivating than distant stories. With the sound of skis gliding on fresh snow and the mountain air filling their lungs, they delved into the beauty of the landscape, leaving the tales of the missing behind. Unbeknownst to them, they were on a path to uncovering a story frozen in time. As the group traversed the mountain, the atmosphere was filled with exhilaration and the sound of skis carving through the untouched snow. Alex, leading the pack with his characteristic enthusiasm, was the first to approach a seemingly innocuous patch of snow-covered terrain. Without warning, the ground beneath him gave way, and with a muffled gasp, he plunged into the hidden crevasse below. A crevasse is a deep crack or fissure in the ice on a glacier. These hidden gaps can be extremely dangerous as they are often concealed by a layer of snow, making them difficult to spot. Falling into one can lead to a precarious situation, especially in the remote and freezing conditions of a mountain range. Alex found himself in a race against gravity, the depth of the crevasse beneath him a seemingly endless pit of shadows. Panic and adrenaline surged through him as he grappled desperately at the icy walls, his gloves seeking purchase on the slick surface. The descent was a cascade of fleeting grasps and slipping edges, the darkness below him growing ever more intimidating. The chilling air whooshed past him, the narrow walls of the crevasse a blur of cold blue and white. In a stroke of fortune, one of his skis caught on a protruding edge of ice, halting his rapid descent. Wedged in the narrow confines of the crevasse, heart pounding, Alex assessed his situation. He was unharmed but trapped, the light from above a distant glimmer, the silence around him a stark contrast to the chaos of moments ago. With shaky hands, he reached for his radio, calling out to his friends who had witnessed his sudden disappearance into the snowy ground. The radio crackled to life, his friends' voices a mix of relief and urgency as they coordinated their efforts to rescue him from the depths of the mountain's hidden trap. In the eerie silence of the crevasse, Alex tried to steady his breathing, the cold air biting at his lungs. The radio crackled intermittently with updates from his friends above, their voices a lifeline in the isolating darkness. As he waited, he took his rescue flashlight and he scanned his surroundings, the beam of light revealing the jagged walls of ice around him. It was then that the light caught something unexpected, a flash of color against the monochrome blue. Alex squinted, his heart rate quickening as he realized he was not alone in this icy trap. Just a few feet below, wedged similarly to him, was the lifeless body of another skier. A mix of sorrow and disbelief filled Alex as he gazed upon the unfortunate skier, a silent companion in this hidden chasm. The crevasse had kept its secret well, the mountain's tales of the missing now chillingly real. Above, Alex's friends worked diligently, their survival pack equipped with climbing tools designed for such precarious situations. Ropes were anchored and harnesses secured, the tension palpable as they prepared to extract their friend from the depths of the glacier. Alex, still reeling from his grim discovery, attached the harness to his body, his movements deliberate despite the shaking of his hands. The ascent was a test of endurance and focus, the icy walls unforgiving, but the voices of his friends above and the pull of the rope kept him moving upwards. Finally, with a burst of effort, Alex emerged from the crevasse, the fresh mountain air a welcome relief, his friends' faces a sight for sore eyes. The area around the crevasse was quickly marked, and emergency services were alerted to the presence of the deceased skier still trapped below. As Alex stood on solid ground, the mountain range stretching out around him, he couldn't help but glance back at the hidden pit that had held him captive. The mountain had revealed one of its long-held secrets, and the tale of a missing skier would finally find closure. The crevasse, a silent keeper of stories, would remain a chilling reminder of the mountain's hidden dangers and the thin line between adventure and peril. Following Alex's chilling discovery and escape, a specialized recovery team was dispatched to the marked crevasse. The atmosphere was somber as they meticulously worked to retrieve the body of the missing skier, bringing closure to a long-standing mystery of the mountain. The community, while relieved, paid their respects, reflecting on the tales of adventure and the hidden perils of the breathtaking terrain. Story 2: A Bad Choice. In the heart of Abbeville, Louisiana, resided a man shrouded in mystery and intrigue named Joseph Schexnayder. In 1984, he disappeared without a trace, leaving the town abuzz with whispers and speculations. The enigma of Joseph's whereabouts would remain unsolved for 27 long years, until an unexpected discovery would finally reveal the chilling truth behind his mysterious disappearance. Born in 1962, Joseph's early years in Abbeville were marked by turbulence and rebellion. He had a tendency of vanishing from his home, with his absences stretching for months, initially causing his family distress and concern. However, over time, they came to terms with Joseph's unpredictable behavior, accepting his extended disappearances as a part of his nomadic nature. Tales of his adventures painted a picture of a wanderer, traveling across the United States with a carnival, living a life marked by transience and unpredictability. Joseph's journey also included a brief tenure in the National Guard, cut short by a medical discharge, leading him back to the familiar grounds of Abbeville. Upon his return, he found solace in the company of a notorious crowd, individuals steeped in criminal activities. Joseph, easily swayed and drawn to the allure of quick gains and attention, soon found himself on the wrong side of the law, wanted for stealing a car. When he vanished in January of 1984, his disappearance went unreported for years. His family, accustomed to his erratic departures, hoped for his eventual return. But as the years passed, hope waned and concern deepened, eventually leading to a missing person report. However, by then, tracing Joseph's steps had become an arduous and seemingly impossible task, leaving the fate of the elusive wanderer shrouded in mystery until the haunting revelation years later in the old bank's chimney. In 2011, an old bank in Abbeville was due for renovations, a seemingly routine task that would unexpectedly shed light on the long-standing mystery of Joseph Schexnayder's disappearance. What the workers unearthed within the confines of the bank's second story left them shocked and unnerved, revealing the tragic and long-concealed fate of Joseph. In 1984, Joseph, plagued by financial troubles and a life of unpredictability, eyed the local bank as his way out of desperation. Under the veil of night, he decided to take a chance, thinking the shadows would be his accomplices in this perilous venture. With determination fueling his actions, he scaled the building, finding himself on the rooftop, facing the dark mouth of the chimney. The opening seemed welcoming, a direct passage into the bank. Joseph, perhaps with a sense of foreboding but driven by necessity, commenced his descent into the chimney's abyss. The initial journey seemed smooth, the enclosure around him spacious enough to foster his hope. But as he wriggled further down, the reality of his predicament became chillingly clear. The chimney, which had seemed a straightforward path, betrayed its true nature. It was a narrowing trap. 20 feet below the rooftop, Joseph made a horrifying discovery. The once accommodating space gradually constricted around him, tightening its grip until it became a mere 3 by 3 inches wide. Panic set in as he realized the grim truth. He was ensnared within the brick confines, his body wedged in an inescapable grasp. Every shout for help, every frantic plea echoed unheard within the imprisoning walls, leaving Joseph alone in the chilling embrace of his tragic fate. Years later, the chilling discovery was made. The renovation crew, pulling on remnants of old clothes within the chimney, were met with the skeletal remains of Joseph Schexnayder. The truth of his tragic demise and the ill-fated heist were finally brought to light, leaving the town of Abbeville to reflect on the haunting and melancholy tale of Joseph's mysterious disappearance. Story 3: Barely Holding On. In 2014, the tranquil island of Kauai was stirred by a mysterious disappearance that led to an island-wide search, ending in an extraordinary way. The story began in 2002 when a woman named Kimberly traveled to Hawaii and became enamored with the enchanting beauty of the island. The island, with its lush landscapes, pristine beaches, and serene atmosphere, captivated her heart, and a year later she decided to make it her home, settling on the tranquil north side. Kimberly immersed herself in the island's serene lifestyle, embracing the quiet and picturesque landscapes that the island offered. She became an avid surfer, riding the gentle waves that caressed the island's shores, and an adventurous hiker, exploring the myriad trails that crisscrossed the verdant terrain. Unlike anywhere else in the U.S., the island boasts a landscape free of real natural predators, making it a unique and safe haven for explorers. For Kimberly, this characteristic of the island only heightened the allure of its trails. The absence of threats allowed her to push through the tall, untamed grass and uncover the hidden gems that the island concealed within its verdant folds. To shield her legs from the brush and dirt and to conveniently carry her belongings, Kimberly would invariably don a pair of overalls with her outfit, a practical choice for her adventurous endeavors. One fateful day, Kimberly set out for a hike along the northern coastline and never returned. Her absence from work on Monday and Tuesday raised alarms, as it was uncharacteristic of her reliable nature. She was reported missing, prompting an immediate search. The police discovered her car parked by the trailhead, but there was no trace of Kimberly. The island was combed meticulously, but it seemed as though she had vanished into thin air. 3 days into the exhaustive search, an unexpected turn of events unfolded. A couple, immersed in the beauty of the island, were concluding their helicopter tour of the northern part of the island. As a thrilling end-of-trip stunt, the pilot skillfully maneuvered the helicopter low, skimming just above the turquoise waters, allowing the couple to relish the open-door view of the seemingly endless ocean, their backs turned to the looming mountain cliffs. It was in this moment of adrenaline and awe that the pilot's trained eyes caught something unusual against the rugged backdrop of the cliffs. Squinting against the glare, he steered the helicopter closer, the rotors beating rhythmically against the coastal breeze. Suspended there amidst the rocky terrain was a human body, hanging precariously by overalls ensnared on some stubborn brush clinging to the mountainside. It was unmistakably Kimberly. The atmosphere within the helicopter shifted instantly, the thrill replaced by a surge of urgency. The pilot, with steady hands and a racing heart, alerted the authorities to the startling discovery. A rescue team was promptly dispatched, scaling down the challenging 15-foot cliff to reach the stranded hiker. Sunburned, dehydrated, but miraculously alive, Kimberly was a testament to survival against all odds. After a day of recovery, Kimberly recalled the harrowing moments leading to her peril. On her usual hike, she had ventured off the trail for a better view of the ocean. Recent rains had made the terrain slippery, and she lost her footing, falling and hitting her head against the cliff. Her limp body slid down the edge of the 20-foot cliff, her overalls snagging on brush, saving her from a watery grave. In and out of consciousness, weakened by the fall and dehydration, she was unable to free herself, and the concussion muffled the calls of the searchers. Kimberly's love for off-trail exploration had made it challenging to locate her. but her resilience and the fortuitous discovery led to her rescue. She made a full recovery and continued to embrace the hiking trails of the island, always donning the overalls that had saved her life, a testament to the enduring spirit of adventure and the miraculous twists of fate. Today, we delved into 3 tales of disappearance and astonishing discoveries. We started with the story of Alex, who, while skiing, uncovered a hidden crevasse and a grim secret in the form of another skier's body. Next, we unraveled the 27-year-old mystery of Joseph Schexnayder's disappearance in Abbeville, Louisiana, where a renovation revealed his fate in a bank's chimney. Lastly, we followed the suspenseful story of Kimberly's miraculous rescue after days of being missing. Out of these 3 stories, the true one is A Bad Choice, unraveling the fate of Joseph Schexnayder. Joseph Schexnayder, the man from Abbeville, Louisiana, vanished in 1984 and remained missing for almost 3 decades. His family, accustomed to his periodic disappearances, did not report him missing for years. It wasn't until 2011 that his skeletal remains were discovered by a renovation crew in a bank's chimney, revealing his tragic demise. Joseph had attempted to rob the bank through the chimney, only to become trapped in the narrowing passage, leading to his untimely end. It is believed he spent 3 to 4 days alive before succumbing to dehydration. This chilling discovery brought closure to the long-standing mystery and left the town reflecting on the haunting tale of Joseph's disappearance and ill-fated choices.
Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, else maybe we'll have to write about your strange disappearance next, if you know what I mean.